have a some that don't look so good that I asked to please. I got a little one over there that I let stay for a minute, but he can't stay too long because he gonna get bigger, and that's the eight-legged. But that's all I'm gonna say. So, you know what has eight legs. So anyway,
Can I share something? You,
don't say, don't
no,
say. But go
so there was a eight-legged in my bathroom sink. And I didn't have, it was tiny, it was teeny tiny. And I was
ahead.
just kind of like, I don't want to kill it. And then I just kept putting off day after day of like figuring out what to do. The the fourth day, I come into the bathroom in the morning to the point where I'm brushing my teeth and using a cup, putting it down.
Hmm.
Yeah. Because I didn't want to disturb or injure the spider. I'm just going to say it, the spider.
Yeah, yeah.
I come back the next day, and I think what happened is I knocked off its webs so it couldn't
Uh-huh.
climb back out. Because I would see, like, when
Uh-huh.
you turn the water on, it would try to climb back out, and it just couldn't. I was like, oh no.
Uh-huh.
I felt so bad, like, oh no, I wiped out his possibilities of getting out. I don't know how the hell he got out on that fourth day. I came in the fourth day, he was gone.
Okay.
I was like, huh, all right.
See, I'm gonna have to use the vacuum cleaner because I can't.
No, I'm literally the one where a fly, I was at my friend's house. This is how bad I am. Or maybe good I am. There was a fly that got in and she was like getting ready to say, "No." She's like, we'll just shoo him outside the door. And she's looking at me
I
like,
do my best to do that. I
she's
do,
like,
but
you look
sometimes
crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Like, go out, fly, go out. No, go that way. No, 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 go that way. She's just like,
I
she was
won't
in
talk
so
about
much
the
shock she
relationship with
didn't
them. She
let
didn't
the
know what to
fly.
say.
She was just she wasn't surprised. Um,
Because you know
she
you,
was highly entertained at the same time.
I bet.
Afterwards, she was like, damn it, I should have recorded your ass. She said that was the most chaotic and loving and crazy as hell thing that I have seen one person embody in such a short period of time for a fly.
Oh yeah, yeah, obviously so, yeah. So that's kind
She's
of
like,
how we
she's like,
know.
no.
She's like, oh no, I ain't got time for this.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your story there.
That's a good one.
But it
That's a good
reminded
one.
me of, and I literally had said the next morning, I had come, okay, so I had come up with a plan of how to like put the spider outside. I was like, oh, I could just put him in a jar and like coax him in the jar and then take the jar outside. Like I've done that before. But the next day I didn't have to do that. I don't know what the symbolism is with that. Um, there's a lot there. I'm kind of realizing just sharing the story. But it really taught me, like that process taught me the importance of allowing things to just be and breathe. I wasn't in any danger. It was a tiny little spider. I just allowed we coexist peacefully and he found his way out, given half a chance. You know what I'm kind of thinking? This reminds me a lot of what healing looks like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So people
Mm-hmm.
come to
Mm-hmm.
me for support of healing and I can't do the work for you.
True.
You have to do the work for yourself. I can maybe help identify some barriers that I see or some practices to help you feel more grounded, supported. I just hold the container. And so I look at the spider and my interaction with the spider, it reminds me of the healing process that you are the spider. You have to find your way out. You have to create that path out because one thing that I've realized and I've learned just through my own process and my own journey is that you have to feel it in your body because the importance of feeling in your body, feeling the discomfort, feeling the empowerment from that discomfort and overcoming it, it builds your confidence. Build your confidence, and it reminds you when you meet another instance maybe a similar situation, it's like, you know what? It's okay. I can get through this.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I can avoid it because something may pop out like, ooh, this feels familiar. Why is this? And maybe I can like avoid it as best as I can. But the spider in the sink, it really does remind me how I have to be hands off, even though I want to help people so bad. I want to be like, oh no, you're stuck in the sink. Let me scoop you up and take you outside. Because maybe that wasn't where the spider would have thrived, outside, because he was clearly inside the house. So me inserting myself in that situation would have potentially not caused that spider to thrive. But he or she figured it out. They got out of the sink. I don't know how. And I just held the space for them to figure it out.
Yeah, but there's times where some say, "Oh, they're not anywhere." Like my neighbor saw one. I have what I call. So this is another thing of understanding who I am. I have spider dar, or I have BugDar, whatever dar that deals with something like that. God already know me very well. Okay, Mother Father, God know me well.
She
I
just put dar at the end.
I put dar
Spider
on
dar.
all of our
Okay, what's another dar?
BugDar,
Bug dar. What else
any
do you have?
dar.
Do you have snake
Uh,
dar?
oh, I put them around my neck depending on who they are.
Oh,
So
hell to the no, no, no. In the
even
name
my
of your
mother
theme
did it.
song. No. I
So yes,
we peacefully
I grew up
coexist at
playing
a
with garter
distance.
snakes. Yeah, I played with
Mm-mm.
garter snakes back when I was younger. So used
I
to pick
don't
up praying mantises, and I will not touch them now because I've grown. So, you know, just can't do it. So praying
mm.
mantises, grasshoppers,
Used to play
things
with
of that
these.
nature, and garden snakes and other snakes. So the first time I believe I put one around my neck was with my mother when I took her to Mount Rushmore in the 90s. And so I was a little tot, or however I was driving then, but
I was say, wait, you took your mom, but you were a little tot. Wait, make that make sense.
I didn't
We
come
need
out.
to tap into your mom and be like, girl, why were you making your little tot child?
Oh God, I didn't believe I said that. Oh no.
She's in denial.
Ah, oh no. Oh God. So anyway, I mean, I was younger. So I took it out, right? Oh, let me stop. I must have needed that laugh. Whew. Anyway,
Wow. She said when she was a little tot.
but actually, I could drive way before I
No,
had a
no, no,
license.
no, no, no. Mm-mm. But you weren't a
I had to
toddler.
drive my father. Oh, yeah, I wasn't a toddler, but I was, yeah, well, whatever. I still have that experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I took her.
When she
I
was
was younger.
in living in the 90s.
It was actually 1990. I hadn't been back from overseas by then, but
Oh, it was a brand new decade. Ooh,
yeah, it
90s
was.
was a wild ass decade too.
It was summer. It was hot. South Dakota. And
Okay,
one of
so
the
Mount,
guys who I was stationed with was there.
oh my
So
God.
Mount Rushmore is in I don't know what town, but I know there's Ellsworth Air Force Base is there. So I got to stay with one of the pips I knew. We were both stationed in Korea, but and so we went after, doing the scene in Must Ride where we went to, I don't know if it was an aquarium or whatever, but it was one of the places you go see this. And then I saw these, I mean, they had these roaches, these particular interesting type up there. And then we go outside and There's people around this beautiful, beautiful snake. And so I used to always thought their skin was wet, never paid it too much attention when we were younger playing with the gardens and just got on this skin. And so me and my mother both put this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful snake around our neck. And I remember sharing the recent one where I was
Wait,
out
wait, wait,
here.
wait. I need more
Yeah,
context. Was he
what's
just
that?
laying on the ground or was he
No,
like,
he was being held by one of the people who worked there. It wasn't a zoo, but one of the, we'll just say the aquarium
so it was a
place or
pet,
whatever.
quote unquote,
Yeah, I guess I think he liked people. He was actually very receptive. I think he liked being liked. I did notice that about his personality. So, and that was a long time ago. So that's something I did recognize. And so
until he
it
gets
was
hungry?
cool being held. Yeah, well, they
I'm
definitely
sorry.
feed him.
I'm sorry.
So she put it around her neck, I put it around mine, and then in 2012 I was home and with one of my I daughter's nephews. We went, he was in Boy Scouts or Cub Scouts. I think it was Cub Scouts. Time flies. And so we went out to Wellington, Ohio, and got me a few other snakes that I took pictures of and posted them on Facebook. So that's just kind of me. And people got all scared. I'm like, how you gonna get scared of looking at it? These are actually nice looking ones. So I had one around my neck and he was real cool and I held another one, saw some other ones, and then I got to 111. I got to play bow and arrows and stuff. So it's just kind of that. I just like the multi things and in looking at who you are. In order to really, really connect, you need to do different things and sit and find out, especially what your giftedness is and what are you here in the world to do. And it's not to suffer, it's not to be in chaos. I mean, we'll have ups and downs, we'll meet the valleys. I don't like them. I don't think any of us do. But there's always something that you'll end up peaking from. And I continue, like
Mm.
I told you, I have to speak about some of these limiting beliefs and things of that and what they're under and how they play an unfortunate role. There's still some successful people that get somewhere, but there's still some things that hinder our true being and having the worth and knowing our worthiness. It don't matter whether you're male or female, but I know for a female, we sit a lot in these perfectionisms, the traits up under it anyway. And so it's just really something. And so we need to be still. Major Young Van Zandt talks about, silence. And I know it's hard because we're in doing. I was talking to somebody last night and it's all about doing. Said we know how to do, but do we know how to just be who we are? Just be, just go and flow. And then if there's something that we desire that God puts in our brain, like, for example, having a sports car, having the dream car, whatever that may be, and aligning with that energy to make that happen, whether it's the dream house, whether it's this, and then have to be patient and know that sometimes we don't necessarily have to be the force that makes that happen. We just have to be exactly who we are to align with creating that happening. And yeah, sometimes like I'm supposed to be this, I'm supposed to be that. I don't know, ain't supposed to be anything but who our soul desires to be, and we have to sit still to find out what that is. Like you said, helping people. Been doing that all my life. Want to do it in a different way of you seeing that even in the chaos you find peace. Even in the turmoil you find peace. You have to find out, and sometimes we grow forth and sometimes we have to release. We can't continue to sit with the perfective, with the what it, protective layers that we've had all our lives just to survive. Now it's time to thrive. And so, and sometimes you'll find a battle. I know just as deeply about tug and pull in that. I have a piece I wrote called Divided. And this is just the difference as you become more of who you are meant to be You're gonna have that tug with the ego saying this, seeing this, and oh, we've been this good. We've been doing all right. I'm like, no, I just don't want to do all right. I want to be more than just all right.
Mm,
You know?
yeah. You know, home, like what feel at home within yourself.